Hello everybody and welcome back to the Red Shadow's Favorite Games. I'm the Red Shadow and once again we are looking at another game that I really love. And I will admit right now I kind of just threw this onto my list recently. I had played this game last year, I think it was, and when I was making up my initial list of favorite games, this was on it. Then I was like, no. Then I put it back on, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it on there. I love this game. I really enjoy it. And it's not often that you're going to see a first-person shooter on this list. But this is another one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games. And there are a couple of particular reasons why I love this one so much. If it hasn't already been mentioned before, I love the X-Files. My very first video in this series was the X-Files game for the PC. I've also mentioned how much I love the show. I will be doing an episode of my favorite TV shows about the X-Files because it is my favorite television show. So, this particular game holds a very close spot in my heart. This is Area 51 for the PlayStation 2. I believe this was also on the Xbox. May have possibly been on the GameCube, I'm not for sure. But Area 51, I guess there may have been some tie between this one and the previous Area 51 arcade game. I'm not 100% sure about that though, but I'll take this over that any day. This is a first-person shooter where that was what I would call like a light gun style shooter. But this is kind of, in some ways, just a standard, first-person shooter about soldiers and aliens, Area 51, blah. I think the game would kind of sell itself just on that. But one of the things that I love the most, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it very well because of the glare coming from the TV, but in red, right there, it says featuring the voices of David Duchovny, Powers Booth, and Marilyn Manson. What? David Duchovny. That is Mulder from the X-Files. I remember reading about this game long before it was out and hearing that this was going to have David Duchovny playing the character, the protagonist, the guy that you control, was going to be voiced by David Duchovny. Now he voices the cutscenes in between, and then of course you take control of the character and fight your way through the levels. But getting to hear that deadpan voice talking about this situation, once again involved in another alien conspiracy type story, was nothing short of awesome for me. Powers Booth, I don't have a role that I can cite and say, well, this is Powers Booth, but he's a relatively common actor, kind of one of those, I guess, faces that everybody knows, voices that everybody knows. And I'm sure if you looked him up, Googled it or Wikipedia'd his name, you would guess who he is. You'd see a picture and you'd remember, oh yeah, I saw him in this or that movie. And then Marilyn Manson, another just almost hilarious choice in my opinion. I love Marilyn Manson. Like, I listened to his stuff more back in the late 90s than I do now. But there was a time when he was right up there for me with 9 Inch Nails and Tool and some of the other bands that I listened to back then. The fact that he was going to play an alien just seemed so appropriate. He does a really good job in that role. Like I said, there's not much to say about the story of this. There is a gameplay function that's kind of cool. You start off as a soldier and you just have your typical weapons and first person and tossing grenades and stuff like that. And you go through the levels and you shoot at the aliens and anything else that comes along that you need to deal with. But then at some point in the game, you get affected. I don't remember now if it's like an injection. I don't know if it's something that he already had inside of him, but your character develops the ability to become an alien and fight using alien abilities. And that's kind of cool. It's timed, you can only use it for so long, but he like mutates into an alien. He can throw these things, it'll fly around, get a little bit OP, just a little bit at times, because I still struggled. I had to I had to do some fancy footwork a few times on some levels in order to complete this recently when I played it, but it's just a really, really good game. If it hadn't been for the voice acting, yeah, I might say it wouldn't have hit such a high level for me, but to take that journey with the people that I did and to play a game that, in my opinion, had pretty good controls, and it just, I don't know, it just did it for me. And that's always been the point of these videos. I can't go on and on and on and dissect these games and give you good reasons for why I like them. I just like them. This is one of my favorite PS2 games, and I think anybody out there who loves, say, the Call of Duty games, they might get a kick out of this game. Anybody who likes alien-style stories, check this one out. So anyway, that's Area 51 for the PS2. This is my strategy guide, which I forgot to show off in the beginning. But there it is. Brady Games Area 51 guide. Came in very handy for me when I played this last year or the year before. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I may sit down and do one more of these videos tonight. So there may be 3 favorite games videos hitting YouTube here this evening. So if you're enjoying the series, check out the next one. And I thank you for joining me. And I'll see you in the next video.